Okay, cool.
Okay, so to make the fluorescent light to look like a light, we're gonna do it this way. So I'm gonna go ahead, get my cylinder, scale it up. Well, scale it in like this, scale like this. E to rotate, hold down J, R to scale it out, scale it down. So we have this right here. I'll do Control D, move this over here, R to scale it in, scale that right there, put this here, Control D, move this over here. All right. Select both of these, shift right click. We'll just do a combine because when you combine it, it'll just assign the material to whatever it's combined with. It'll assign the same material, right? And then we have this right here, which is our bulb. So we'll name this bulb. And then we'll do a Control D and we'll name this bulb. And bulb, I don't know, in geometry, right? So we have this. We hold down shift. We have this right here. Right, and then we have this. So we have all three of these. We'll just do a Control G for group. And fluorescent light. And so I'll just select this right here. I'll go to Arnold, go to lights, and go to mesh light. So this is our bulb right here. We have it here. Now let's just go to Arnold and press play. Now, like I said before, go over here, do 25 to make sure it's kicking in and working. 15, 10. All right, let's see what it's looking like. Now, it's the light is not visible. If I press light visible, you can't see because it's two pieces of geometry right on top of each other. So I'll go to bulb geo right here. Let me stop this. Go to bulb geo. Let's right click and I'll do assign new material, Arnold. Yeah, standard surface, bulb, geo. Assign your material ASAP. Don't like play with it. Just sign it right away, right? And we'll go to presets and we'll go to incandescent bulb and replace. All right. So now let's press play. And now we have this right here, which is on top of that. Now it's, we just got to see which one is doing it. If I make this red, no, that's not what it is. Matter of fact, I think if I scale this up just a little bit, so I press R to scale, let me go to my channel box, right? And I'll click on poly modeling and this right here. Oh, wait, no, wait. Was that it? Oh, no, that was wrong. I got to click on this, which this zeroes everything out. So this is basically saying, hey, this is the default position for everything. So if I just scale this up just a touch, just a tiny bit, so you see how much I did, 003. I could even put it at 1 and it should work. Because I want this to be slightly larger. If I press 4, than the light, right? So instead of seeing the light part, it's going to see that. So let me press 5, hit solid, and let's see what happens. Or maybe it has to be the other way, but we're going to test this and see. So I'll go to Arnold, play. Yeah, so it might be the other way. So let me take this instead of being there, I'll scale it down. Okay, yeah, that's right. So you want the light, because remember the light's invisible, so you want the light to be bigger than this. And then if I take this and I go ahead and let's see what will happen if I change it to red. No, that's not it. Change specular color red. No. Well, actually, let's just go down and make them all red just to find out which one does change it. That's not working. Coat, no. Gene, no. Oh, it should be emission. That's the one it should be. Yeah, there we go, right? So this doesn't have to be So it's the emission one. So now if I take this and if I was to make it, let's say redder, make that, and then I go to this, back to my light. Let me make this a little smaller. This is why it's cool to have two screens. Now if I go here and I go to use color temperature and I make this like this, now it's matching up a little bit more. So yeah, I can work it like this. And also, if you click on the color and use the color picker and you go over here, you can kind of like change it to whatever color you click on. So yeah, just showing you that's a thing. Okay, so yeah, so now we got our bulb geo, and then since I have it all in one group, and if I click on this and center pivot, I should be able to, in theory, move this, and now it's all working. So that's how you'd make like a light bulb, I guess, if you want to color it. But then also you could just use it as whatever the color it comes with. Just saying. And then if I want to go back to Arnold, click on this. And if I enable my other lights, so it all kind of like works together. And remember, click the one-to-one to see what it'll look like in the render view. So yeah. So light on, light off. Yeah, so this is how you put in those materials. Now we have one more light to do, right? So right now, we have all these lights in here. Let's turn these off and let's make an HDRI light, right? And to do that, we are going to go to Arnold. This is, I think, the coolest light. And go to Sky Dome Light. And what this does is it creates a big dome. I mean, it's even bigger than this, super infinite. But this is just to represent what's going on. But we're gonna put a high dynamic range in here. Now, what is high dynamic range? Let's do HDRI. We can go to something called HDRI Haven or Polyhaven, or if you say HDR Haven, go here, click on HDRIs, and then we can go over here, right? And what these are is it goes to a location. Well, basically how this works is it works like this. How this works is that somebody takes a picture, like this guy right here, of this chrome ball, and it takes all the light information from everywhere. So it takes it from the bus, from the sun, the bounce light off the ground. It takes every bit of light information from this photo right here. Like I said, they take a picture, it gives 360-degree uh, of light. It takes all the information from everywhere. So at nighttime, daytime, you take this everywhere. And then what they'll do is for a movie, they'll take a picture they'll use a HDRI for the location, and then you'll make the 3D object or the monster or whatever, transformer, the car, anything. And then you put it in your 3D scene, and that's how it gives it that real look, real lighting look. Of course, you might have to adjust it and to get it just right. Oh, look, there's an HDRI with this fake person. But the light from the sun, as you can see, it's not so bright here, it's brighter here. And look at the direction. So you see what's happening, right? So yeah, these will give you like cool natural lighting. So let's go get it. Oh yeah, let me go back here. Let's go get one of these. I've had that one actually before. I have it somewhere. Something like this, right? This rooftop. I kind of like these because it makes me feel like I'm not in the not indoors. I'm like somewhere else. But they have like urban. Um, so we have a warehouse, we have indoor, we have nighttime. Yeah, we can be anywhere. So I want to be in Zwinger night. That's where I think I want to go. No, no, I don't want to go there. Let me go somewhere. Let me go back to urban. Is that urban nighttime? Oh yeah, it's still in night. Don't want to be in night. I want to be in just urban. Huh, am I crazy? Oh no, this is urban. All right. So that's nighttime in the urban. So this is what I want it to be in. And let me get where's a cool location? I like this. Venice sunset. All right. Now I like to always get a 4K one and I'll download it. And you'll see it'll pop up down here. Venice sunset EXR. So now to put the light in the dome, I select the dome. I go over to this right here and I go to color. I click on this thing right here. This comes up and it's just like adding the files to the serial box. You go to file and then you click on this and then we go find it. So I'm going to go to my downloads computer. See. Sometimes I don't know how I got all these downloads. I mean users. Set it. Having trouble find my downloads. So what I'll do is I'll just do this and I'll go to my downloads folder. So if you're like me and you have some issues finding your download folder, I just go right here, click here, and then you go to I thought it'd be like a copy and it show like a path, but maybe not. Okay, I found it. All right. So just took a little second. See, all right. So yeah, here we are. So I just added that. And if I select this, you see what it is, right? But if I go inside, well, let me just click on this and press the letter F. Yeah. So the guy who took it, I think he maybe stitched himself out. Like you can edit it. Yeah. So sometimes you can see the guy with the camera. And I'll show you what I mean just to show. Well, you know what? Let me do a render real quick just to see. So I'll click on this play. And what happens is this file, Arnold takes it and then it does something called a .tx file. And so it converts it into a file that lets it read it a lot easier. So now we can see the lighting in here, right? So just to see, we see what it's looking like. Let's go to our light manager. And okay, yeah, it's just this light. But if I add in the other lights, you can add in the other lights and it helps. This creates just like an overall like bounce light and some directional lights. And speaking of directional lights, if I want to, I can select the dome, right? And then press E to rotate, and I can rotate it. And that'll just give me a different look. And if you don't want to rotate it from there, we can go over here to the sky dome light. So right here, it's at 0, right? And sometimes I'll do like 45, and I'll do 90, 45, and then I'll do like 90, and you're just getting different looks where, it's rotated. And also if you can hold down control and middle mouse button click behind the number, you can rotate it like this and just scroll left to right. So you can see like the highlight, the direction of the light and all that change, even though it's blurry, but you can kind of see what's happening. And remember, it just goes 360 degrees. So this is like the final, and then, so if I want that light to come in from the right side, yeah, I got it. I want to come in from the left, I got it too. So yeah, that's how you'd adjust that. And also additionally, I can click on the dome and intensity, and I mean exposure, I can turn it down. So I could just get a little bit of the light, or I could like overblow it if it's too low for me. The color temperature, I think it can work with this. Let me see. Maybe you have to do 0.5 or something. Let me see. Okay, it doesn't really contribute. And oh wait. Yeah, it doesn't really do too much here. So yeah. And later on, all this sampling stuff, that's if you have noise. And what noise is like the little speckles and things like that. What this does is it, gives it some real natural lighting. And I can go in here, but like I said, with conjunction with all these, I just have to go back and, well, they have exposure right here. I can just kind of take one down, or I can remove it, so have all those options. So it's pretty cool. So we can get any material we want. Now, the thing with this is if I want to add a texture, I just do it the same way I did the cereal box, add a texture to it. But certain materials, you won't need it. So in the kitchen where it had like those bottom panels that were just like silver, I could just put this material on. I don't need to UV it. I don't need to take it into substance. I don't need to do any of that. I just need to put it on and I'm good to go. So yeah, that's introduction to materials and lights.